What's going on, guys? Today I'm honored to be sharing with you my 5 takeaways from last night's American League wildcard game between the Oakland Athletics and the New York Yankees. Obviously, we know the Yankees came out with that victory 7-2, but I'm going to talk about 5 things that we can take away and dissect from that game that stood out to me. So my first takeaway, the Oakland A's did not lose this game because of their bullpen. The bullpen strategy, although for the times they opened up in the season when they opened it with an opener and Liam Hendricks, they would bring in a starter right after. For most of it, it was Daniel Mengden, and for the last part, it was Mike Fiers. But tonight, they did not use a starting pitcher after that. They used Lou Trevino, who also put in a 3-inning workload and pitched spectacular in those 3 innings. So kudos to Lou Trevino stepping up in that big game. But we did not lose this game because of our bullpen. Our bullpen was our strength, and the reason we were in this game throughout the whole portion until the 6th inning when the Yankees broke through. They gave our offense plenty of opportunities. The bases were loaded, I believe, in the 4th inning with 2 outs and Marcus Semien struck out. And then again, we had 2 on, 2 out in the 5th inning, and we couldn't convert on those opportunities. So our offense was very non-characteristic of what it was during the regular season, but the bullpen, they did their job. They did give up a few runs. Fernando Rodney did not have the best outing, but if the A's offense looked like what we saw in the regular season, we would not be questioning the bullpenning of the A's and their strategy. So smart idea by Bob Melvin. I supported it. And we did not lose this game because. Going on to my second point, I'm going to talk more about the Oakland Athletics offense. It was very strange, to say the least, to see the A's offense perform the way they did last night, particularly with the way Luis Severino was pitching. Now, a lot of people were giving him a lot of credit for pitching the way he did. He did have a great game pitching, even though he lasted, I believe, 4 2/3 innings. I'm not sure, around that time frame. But a lot of his pitches were left up. A lot of his pitches were missing the strike zone after the first few innings. He was attacking the strike zone fiercely in the 1st inning and 2nd inning. 3rd and 4th, he was missing his spots. That's why the A's got some runners on base. I think the only thing that was really affecting the A's was his velocity, which was hitting 99, 100 sometimes, which is very tough to catch up to. But I feel like, a lot of pitchers nowadays, they have that capability of hitting 99 on the radar. And for the A's, they should have been prepared for that. I believe everyone knows Luis Severino is a very, strong arm, likes to throw a lot of strikes, and is, a hard thrower. But for the A's, it just wasn't our night. The bat wasn't connecting to the ball on those, 99-mile-per-hour fastballs over the plate. If you look at the bottom of the 4th inning, when Marcus Semien was at the plate with the bases loaded, there was a fastball up in the zone that I've seen Marcus crush numerous times for home runs, doubles, whatever it may be, and he whiffed on it. Maybe it was the pressure of the wild card game. Maybe it was just they couldn't touch his fastball. But I believe if that's the normal A's offense that we see on a regular basis, Luis Severino would not have had the success that he had in tonight's. My third takeaway is you really saw the intensity of the wild card game and what the postseason is about. I've heard a lot of rumors, and well, not really rumors, but people talking that the wild card game technically isn't considered postseason, and I think that's a total load of what. But this is definitely postseason baseball. This is definitely October baseball, especially a winner-take-all, winner-go-home, scenario. You felt that atmosphere. Even, for me sitting in Oakland at the watch party and having that game be 2,500 miles away in New York, you could feel it, definitely. The atmosphere, the intensity, it's big. And especially when Aaron Judge hit the first home run of the game in the bottom of the 1st for the Yankees, and the Yankees struck first. You could feel the difference. The crowd was going crazy. The players were amped up. You could see the dejection on Liam Hendricks, especially for giving up that 2-run home run. And Brody Brazil pointed out best, when you're down 2-0 already on the road in a winner-take-all playoff game, it feels like it's 5-0. It feels bigger than it is, and that's really the definition of what postseason baseball is. You have to be intense. You have to have the intensity for the entire game. The A's did a great job, trying to fight back, but they were playing catch up for the whole entirety of the game, and it's really hard to do that when you're on the road and playing in a really intense atmosphere like New York is. So yeah, the postseason is very different than the regular season, even in the wild card, and I only expect it to intensify more and more as we head deeper into the postseason. Now, moving on to point number 4, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the significance of having Lou Trevino on the Oakland A's. This is a guy that came up early in the season. I had no idea who he was, and I'm someone who really pays attention to the Oakland A's farm system, their prospects, and who's coming up. And I had no idea who Lou Trevino was, and he just dominated the first few months of the season. Had a little bit of a rough patch to end the season, but last night he kept us in that game for a large portion of it. The Yankees could have very easily pulled away early, ended that game early, gone up 4 or 5 runs in the first few innings, and that would have been that. But Lou Trevino came in, settled the storm, weathered the storm, and really helped the A's calm down a bit pitching wise. Their offense, if they would have broken through and got a few runs, this could have been a very different outcome. But for Lou Trevino to come in, usually I've seen him at the most give 2 innings of work. I know he's given 3 innings once in the regular season, but usually he's about 1 to 2 innings. He's going to be a significant part of our bullpen heading into next year and hopefully for years beyond that. For a while, he was a setup man for Blake Trinan until we got Familia and Rodney, but I expect Familia, to depart in free agency. We don't know about Rodney's status. Lou Trevino is definitely a great option for us moving forward in the setup role, and especially with the emergence of J.B. Wendelken. I was very impressed with Lou Trevino, pitching the way he did in that intense atmosphere of New York. It speaks a lot to his character, a lot of what he's made of, and Oakland fans should be very excited about what we have in Lou Trevino. And my last and probably most significant takeaway from this is we've got a very special ball club here in Oakland right now. This core group of players is going to be special. If they haven't already, proven it already, we were expected to win 72 games, go 72-90, with Bleacher Report's mock standings that came out, I believe, at the end of February of 2018. And we won 97 games, made the postseason. If we were in the National League, we would have been the number 1 seed. So, with who we have all around the diamond, from Laser Ramon patrolling center, gunning people out, to the Gold Glove we have at third base, should be Gold Glove, in Matt Chapman, to the power bats of Chris Davis, Matt Olson, and to an extent Stephen Piscotty, the veteran leadership of Jonathan Lucroy, Jed Lowry having an outstanding season, and to the guys stepping up on the bench when all our starters on our opening day rotation got hurt, the guys stepping up, the bullpen being terrific. You can't speak enough to the level of greatness we witnessed in the Oakland A's this season. Any other team would have folded. Any other team would have packed it up, given up, and not have taken advantage of what we had. But for these guys with the special talents we have, I believe if we get a rotation next year, a healthy rotation that we can rely upon, we will be a very deadly team come October time. Especially if we're able to continue the success we saw in the bullpen, and I have no doubt in our offensive abilities. We'll be all right. We'll definitely be all right. And looking forward, I have a lot of faith and confidence in the Oakland A's. And last night, although the outcome didn't come in our favor, we showed all season what we're capable of against all odds, and that gives me motivation moving forward. That if any adversity comes our way, we'll be able to handle it just fine. We lost all our pitchers on our opening day starting rotation, and we won 97 games and made the postseason. It's just incredible to think about. I'm definitely very happy for this group of guys. I'm definitely excited for the future, and this Oakland A's team, it's special, man. It's special.